The decisions that we make today echo in eternity, but eternity seems impossible to comprehend. And since this moment right now is all we have guaranteed, why should we care so much about the future? 2 Corinthians 4:18 calls us to fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. But in this life, we've come to find that everything is temporary. So how are we expected to live each moment of every day with eternity in mind? Ecclesiastes 3:11 says that God has set eternity into the heart of man. Deep down, we all have an innate desire for eternity, but in order to continuously stimulate this feeling, we have to do three things. Number one, we must be born again. In 1 Corinthians 15:31, Paul says, "I die daily." And yes, he's talking physically, but not in the sense you might think. When we deny our fleshly temporary desires, we allow our spiritual being to grow deeper in our reliance in God. This means giving up our earthly comforts for a time to make room for God. This could be food, social media, alcohol, coffee, or anything we find joy and comfort in. Number two is serving and giving. If you haven't noticed, we tend to get more joy and fulfillment from giving our time or our money to other people as opposed to just focusing in on ourselves all the time. James 1:27 says, "Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world." Don't get me wrong, it's important to make time for yourself, especially if you're an introvert like me. Take that time to recharge and connect with God so that you can pour out into others who need it. Number three, make time to connect with God at every single opportunity that you get during the day and make an effort to be intentional with it. 1 Thessalonians 5:17 says to pray continually. We should be in a constant conversation with God. Doing this will change your entire perspective on eternity. God cares so much about us and cannot wait for us to be in eternity with Him. But for now, we've been given a mission, a calling to share the good news and to preach this gospel among all nations, and ultimately lose our life to truly find it.